WrestleMania Backlash is in the books, and soon will my head be in the pillow because the show isn't that good. It put us to sleep like a
No,
GTS.
it's not. I think WWE need to realise that just putting WrestleMania in the title isn't going to make the show feel any bigger or better.
No.
Backlash is enough. The show was shit. Calling it WrestleMania Backlash doesn't add to the pay per view. It doesn't make me think, oh, this good pay per view was a great pay per view because it was called WrestleMania Backlash. I mean, if it's going to be WrestleMania Backlash, can we at least give us a good show? This was not a good show. 6 match card, one title on the line. I still can't go over that. One title on the line. Probably, I can't think of a pay per view that had less than one title on the line. Madness, absolute madness. And there's no reason. There's no. Why is Ricochet, apart from the fact he sucks? Why is Austin Theory, apart from the fact he's pretty much a nobody? Bianca Belair, madness that none of these people were even on the card. So yeah, but
Absolute madness. But we kick off with
let's
madness.
speak about who we are on the card.
Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins. Didn't like this. It was alright, but I don't like kickouts. I don't like no selling. Moonsaults off the fucking top rope. Jumps 40 feet in the air and just gets up fit and get
I remember the good old days when someone would hit a top rope moonsault and both guys would be down for like a minute, and it was like, oh, who's going to get up first, or is who's going to make the tag? You know what I mean? They actually sold it. Not Seth Rollins moonsault, suplex off the top rope and rolls right through into another one. I mean, what? Fucking garbage.
If you're suplexing someone from the top rope, what is the point of getting up?
Then a normal suplex.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of an example, and it's like,
To me, that's just an AEW kind of thing.
it is an AEW.
I think McMahon needs to cut down on this shit. I think he needs to say to people, I mean, this isn't really professional wrestling, but anyway, to me, that's more indie spot fest bullshit.
It's like opening your door, locking it, and then going back in your house via the letterbox. You don't fucking do it.
What kind of fucking analogy was that?
I don't know, I was trying to think of something, but everything was piss.
Yeah, that wasn't great.
This match wasn't great. Cody Rhodes wins with a roll up schoolboy.
Look, it was alright.
I know, but it's not my match.
No, it's not my match either. But it wasn't the worst match of the night. It was alright.
It's like I've made you a cup of tea, but there's no tea bag or sugar in it.
Yeah,
It's just warm water.
Rhodes. Rhodes wins by cheating. Well, cheating. I mean, he very lightly grabbed the trunks of Seth Rollins after Seth Rollins tried to cheat him at the win. So I guess it's fair. Cody Rhodes wins. I mean, this feud has been okay, but it's been nothing special. I would hopefully like to see Cody Rhodes now move on to something else, and maybe Seth Rollins can get some of that momentum back he had. Remember 6 months ago when he was doing really good against Edge, and then he was taking on Roman Reigns. He felt like a massive deal. That's kind of gone now for Seth Rollins over the past 3 or 4 months. So he needs to try and get back to that level. But yeah, I would scrap these two going forward. You know what I mean? They gave us 2 decent matches, but I mean enough's enough. So yeah, Cody Rhodes wins. Then we move on to another WrestleMania rematch,
And this was anything but decent. This was shit.
Do you know? I think WrestleMania rematch would probably be a better name for the pay per view. I mean,
Definitely.
and this match was not good. I mean, the WrestleMania match wasn't good, but at the same time, at least WrestleMania, it was the first time seeing it. You wanted to see if Bobby Lashley could overcome this giant man almost, and I feel like the WrestleMania match had better spots. We even seen Bobby Lashley suplex almost at WrestleMania. We didn't really get anything here, just a slow, cumbersome match. Looked like Bobby Lashley was about to win at certain times, but then MVP hits him with his stick. Almost hits the double-handed chokeslam. Funnily enough, he uses the same finisher as Khali. What's he going to use next week? A fucking vice grip, and he defeats Bobby Lashley. Don't agree with this. Even he's seen the promo package before the start of the match. I mean, Bobby Lashley's a big deal. He feels like a big deal. He feels like a fucking. They're always talking about this human specimen. To me, he's one of the few legit guys WWE have. I don't see the point of him losing here to almost a guy that's green and is nowhere near ready to be in the main event. So I don't know. I don't think almost needed this win, and I think Lashley did. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But hopefully, just like the opening match, I'm hoping we don't see another one. I don't think we need to see another one.
No.
At least you can argue Rhodes is 2-0 against Seth Rollins. You could say this is 1-1, and they could have a rematch, but
The rubber match.
I mean, almost isn't that great. I mean,
And talk about another match. There was a rematch AJ Styles versus Edge. Like,
It's
Ross
just,
had 3 matches and the 3 rematches.
yeah. And were any of them better than the WrestleMania
And yet,
matches?
all you hear about people commenting about Raw. Oh,
Raw's great.
we've got the storytelling now, man.
Raw's got so much more star power. Where was it?
No,
Well, I mean, where was it?
Where's Kevin Owens and Elias? That looks like a decent enough feud.
Right, I'm not saying Kevin Owens and Elias deserves a spot in this card, but we had no backstage segments tonight. Could they not have gave us some with Kevin Owens and Elias backstage?
I know.
This felt very AEW, match after match after match after match. We had a couple of vignettes and stuff like that, but yeah, it was just match heavy. This show, Edge versus.
See, a pay-per-view. It literally had what? What was the other SmackDown? It literally had 16 people on the card.
That's crazy. Yes.
16 people.
So this match,
And that's saved by a 3-on-3.
Edge versus AJ, WrestleMania rematch, third rematch of the night. I don't think it was as good as the WrestleMania match. AJ looked like he was going to win. Damian Priest came down. Damian Priest was arguing that he wasn't at ringside. He was on the ramp. I mean, who fucking cares? In my opinion, if you're banned for ringside, you just shouldn't be outside. You know what I mean?
Yep, that's
You shouldn't be there. I mean, I can buy maybe appearing on the Titantron, fair enough. But if you're banned for ringside, I don't think you should be in the arena.
No.
You should be visible. So
Yeah, like, I mean, even if he was on the stage, but he was literally at ringside.
then Finn Balor comes out, attacks him. Damian Priest and Finn Balor get in the ring, they're fighting. Damian Priest is banned for ringside, but he's in the fucking ring. So I mean, and I know you could argue, oh, Finn Balor came out and caused him to get in the ring, but I mean, he's banned from ringside, but he's fighting in the ring. How's this not a DQ?
DQ.
AJ goes to the top rope. Some masked person comes out, and straight away, you could just tell that this was
A weirdo looking bastard.
I knew straight away it was Rhea Ripley. I mean, it was like, it looked like a man, but had sort of like feminine kind of movement. But I mean,
It's like feminine legs, but upper body was like it's Rhea Ripley because it's a man, but it's a woman.
yeah. Then she pushes AJ off the rope. Edge goes into a fucking Chris Benoit. What do you call his finish? Crossface.
What do you call it? What?
It's for him, mate. Then it's funny, right? So the crossface can't beat AJ, so he puts him in a sleeper hold, and he takes him out. How many people have we seen Randy Orton put in a sleeper hold?
He put me in one the night.
But yeah, Edge wins, and then after the match, fucking the person in the mask bows down. Edge tells him to get up, and they take the mask off. It's Rhea Ripley, and then she turns into the camera. It's like, I mean, who cares? Is she expecting us to fucking mark out, oh, Rhea Ripley helped Edge? I was thinking, oh fuck, there's Rhea Ripley. Well, I certainly wasn't celebrating it. And there we go, new member of the stable. I mean, she looks like she would fit in with Edge, but this person, she's not very good at all, so we'll see what happens.
Let's move on to the SmackDown side of things. Rousey, Charlotte, I Quit match. I felt like quitting too.
Well, I mean, before the SmackDown match started, Michael Cole says, right now it's time for the A show. And Pat McAfee said, oh, it's going to be the best. The night's going to be good from here on out. So it seems like they purposely put all the Raw matches first and the SmackDown matches second. Like, why? They don't really do that before. Why? Normally they have it like just implement it in throughout. But maybe this is a new thing they're trying, like a new format or something.
I mean, how's Madcap Moss Corbin making the card? I know we're going a bit ahead of ourselves, but we're talking about the SmackDown matches here.
But like, maybe that's something they're planning on doing in the future, like having like one set of matches first and the next set after that, rather than alternating. Then you've got the commentators coming in and out. I mean, could that be a thing?
I do get that, but what if Raw's having a massive match and fucking what has to play?
Maybe for WrestleMania night 1 and night 2, maybe they'll just do WrestleMania Raw, WrestleMania SmackDown.
That's what they should do.
I mean, who knows? Who knows? Anyway, we get Charlotte versus Ronda Rousey. I mean, this guy said he felt like quitting. I personally thought this was one of the better matches of the night, so don't know what you're watching. I don't even know if you even watched it, to be fair.
No, I did watch it. It was a pun because it's just shit.
Fair enough. I thought the match was. I thought it was all right. I mean, Ric Flair went on Twitter and said it was the greatest women's wrestling match of all time. But I mean, you think he says that about every Charlotte match? I'm pretty sure he said that about the WrestleMania match. So
you've got to look at it from a. See an I Quit match. You usually have like a really unique finisher each time. What was this?
Yeah, I mean, I know. But no, I liked it. I guess it was pretty personal. I mean, Charlotte mentioned Mother's Day, and we all know Ronda Rousey's very,
Weird and fucking
yeah,
messed up in the head.
Charlotte's very sensitive about her daughter and being a mother. She gets her in the armbar with like the armbar with a chair in between Charlotte's arm. Referee asks Charlotte will she quit, and Charlotte says no. And then Ronda replies, "I was hoping you would say that, bitch," and then puts the armbar in. I mean, that's pretty good. Like, I mean, that is.
That's alright.
I mean, I think if that happened, I'm going to be honest. I'm calling you. I think if that happened in like the previous era, she'd be like, "Oh, that was a good line. That was a
Yeah,
good
alright,
ending."
one good thing and a shower of shite.
Well,
It still reeks of shit, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know, but I think her not quitting and then Ronda saying, "I was hoping you'd say that, bitch," and then I think that was a pretty good ending.
But you've got to think from a logical point of view. It's like, well, if you're going to make her quit now, why didn't you just make her quit previous? You could have did it at the start of the match.
She never had her in that opportunity.
But that's pro wrestling, damn it.
But when was Charlotte Flair's arm trapped inside a steel chair at the start of the match?
But why didn't she just get her a tap since she got her in the move, you know? That's what I wanted
You
you
don't
to
have to
say.
tap, you have to quit.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
She never had her in the
Quit,
move.
tap, same thing.
She was threatening to put her in the move, and she was getting the ref to ask her if she quits.
Why then she put her in the move? Good night.
Aye.
We'll move on. New champion, Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, well, if she said I quit, then the match is over.
Yeah,
So
that's
she's
my point.
saying, "I'm happy you said that," so she could lock in the move and make her quit.
And then I'm going to snap your arm into.
Aye, so where are you going here? What planet are you fucking on?
The planet fucking get this review over to fuck.
Planets. Finish that.
Planet Stasiak.
Right, it's a good planet. Right, going to be completely honest, right? I didn't see much of the next match. I think I fell asleep for 10 minutes, and so if you want to describe what happened, talk us through the match and the finish and.
I mean, Corbin and Madcap Moss have a match. It's fucking shit. Not much happens in this. I mean, a couple of near falls. Of course, Madcap Moss is going to win. It was always going to be a screwy finish. Corbin rolls up Madcap Moss, but then he reflects
What do you mean,
it.
of course? Madcap Moss is going to win. I predicted Corbin.
But you're retarded.
Oh, fair enough, right? That's
You're
it.
never going to have Madcap the Rock? No.
Right, Madcap Moss wins.
He wins with a roll up. He starts laughing at Corbin, and Corbin's like, "Oh no." I'm like, "Oh yeah, show's almost over."
Then we move on to the main event. This thing got about like 40 minutes, but about half of that was Roman Reigns' entrance. So, I mean, it is what it.
Right, guys, let's just get one thing clear. See the bloodline and this fucking Romanian Samoan bastard, boring as fuck.
It's the same shit, right? I'm not gonna lie. See when it first happened and Paul Heyman aligned himself with Roman Reigns, it was pretty good, right? And then you had Jey Uso come back, and he remember Jey Uso didn't agree with Roman Reigns at the start main event. Jey Uso didn't agree, and then he was actually feuding with Reigns, and that was pretty good. But then Reigns like beat him a couple of times, and he finally convinced him to like join up with him. And then it was just Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. I mean, that was no bad. And then Jimmy came back, and I feel like that's when it began to get a bit stale. And now it's like the same old shit.
No, but right, this has essentially lasted 2 years, right? And you look at every other thing. Barely nothing lasts 2 years in wrestling.
Look, I'm
like
gonna
in terms of like a faction
People
thing.
are going to say, what's that guy that held the belt for 8 years?
Bruno Sammartino.
Right. Fact is, see when Bruno Sammartino had the belt. See televised shows. It fucking happens like once every 3 months, right? So it wasn't. No, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There wasn't like a weekly show with monthly pay-per-views. So title reigns back then were just naturally longer because people didn't defend the belt. They weren't seen as much.
Yeah, it wasn't like a
I mean,
pay-per-view every month.
you could win the belt and then like fucking not compete for 2 months or something. You know what I mean? So back then everybody had like a Brock Lesnar schedule. I mean, you know, it's not like he appeared every week, but I mean, for the past 2 years, we've literally got the same thing with Roman Reigns.
And we're sick of it.
Very slow entrance. I mean, Undertaker-like slow entrance.
And not worthy of it. Orton hits a couple of RKOs.
The promos aren't great either for Roman Reigns.
Well.
Acknowledge me. I mean, I'm like, what?
And then like they're like, "Oh, miscalculation by Roman Reigns. He's in the ring at the same time as McIntyre." The same guys beat Cena, Brock, multiple times in this. I mean,
But no,
but he's afraid to enter the ring against the Scottish Mongoloid.
Roman Reigns doesn't come across as like a cowardly heel, right? So why is Roman Reigns going to fucking freak out about the prospect of being in the ring at the same time as Drew McIntyre? Like you said, I mean, look at the people he's been in the ring with.
I know it's stupid as fuck.
But all of a sudden now, for some reason, he's scared to face Drew McIntyre.
The logic is beyond us.
I mean, this is the guy that was like confronting like Brock Lesnar and shit. but we're supposed to believe that he's afraid of Drew. Anyway, the match spirals out of control towards the end. Drew goes through the announce table. Riddle flies over the top rope. One of the Usos takes him out. They get in the ring. They exchange like super kicks. Nobody really sells anything. One of the Usos goes for a top rope splash. Riddle counters it and hits like an RKO in midair. But Roman Reigns is back up. He quickly tags himself in, hits a spear on Riddle, and gets the 1, 2, 3. And the Bloodline win again. Roman Reigns wins again. You know, it's just getting boring.
Did I not, or did I not predict that?
Yeah, you did, but it's just fucking boring. I don't see the point. I don't see the point.
Don't see a point in it, man. It just feels like a waste. It feels like this could have happened on SmackDown.
Yeah, it could have happened on SmackDown, but it didn't happen on SmackDown because it happened on WrestleMania Backlash.
And I'll be honest, I mean, of course, Rousey, Flair, and I Quit match, right? That's pay-per-view worthy. Or premium live event, PLE. Fucking jobby. Shite. But apart from that, nothing here belongs. See this 6-man tag? There's no excuse for that can't main event SmackDown. Oh, Mr. Roman Reigns doesn't work. See this whole gimmick, right? Of that this guy's the title, not the work shows. You have to be like Brock. You have to be a fucking star.
Right,
not that Reigns ain't a star, but he's not a mega star. He's going to Hollywood. What fucking movie company's going to go this guy?
I mean that's like us and fighting on. That's like us and fighting our fucking third cousin to make a YouTube video with us, and then they're like, oh, we're massive YouTubers. Like, well, not really, mate. I mean, we put you over there, yeah. But since we didn't do a SmackDown, if you're going to get a quick recap of SmackDown was fucking horrible. Came out, the ending, you've got Riddle come out, you've got Drew McIntyre come out, you've got Orton come out, and they basically spent about 10 minutes acknowledging each other, trying to rip the piss at Roman Reigns, but this was bad. This was fucking bad. Then the Bloodline came out, slow up to the ring, and they had a bit of a brawl. Like, why not have this 6-man? You could have had this 6-man tag on SmackDown. You know what I mean?
And then having the brawls half the match anyway.
And they must have changed things because I'm pretty sure they were going to go with Roman Reigns versus Nakamura at Backlash, but for some reason decided against it. Would that have been any better?
I think it would have been worse, so you know what, I'll take it. Anyway,
I believe the title should always be defended. I can't. I mean, this ain't.
Well, sorry, it's time to rate it out of 10, guys.
And see, to me, right, that it just tells me how bad Ricochet and Austin Theory are if they are the champs and they can't get on this show.
Yeah.
It's like, it makes zero fucking
sense. It's a 6-match card, and the 2 mid-card champs can't even get near the fucking pre-show. I wonder what was on the pre-show.
Nothing worth watching, that's for sure. What would have been on the pre-show? I'm trying to think of stuff that's been happening lately in wrestling. Don't know. Anyway, let's rate this. Not a good pay-per-view in my opinion. I mean, there was a couple of decent matches, but I mean, overall, you know, it was a lot of rematches to WrestleMania, a lot of uninteresting stuff we didn't really care about. You know, like I said, lack of titles on the line, lack of important matches. Yeah, I mean, the main event was, you know, it was entertaining, but there was nothing at stake. I mean, there was no reason for either team to win, really. I mean, there was nothing on the line.
No, there wasn't.
So I'm giving it a 3 out of 10.
I'll give you a fucking 0. See, sitting through this, man. What?
You're giving it a 0?
Yeah, it was awful. Well, don't we give you a 15-second recap?
I go.
First match, a repeat of their Mania match. Not botch fest, but just kick out fest. I don't like that shit, pish. Match number 2, what was it? I can't even remember. What was it?
That's your 15 seconds up.
No, what was it?
It was Bobby Lashley almost.
Right, fucking garbage. Third match, Styles Edge. No one cares. No one cares. And then a tranny comes out. Right, whoop-de-doo, right? Fourth match. Right, best match of the night, but when you're surrounded by shite, you get dragged in by shite, bottom line. Fifth match, this doesn't belong on fucking Velocity. I mean, Saturday Morning Slam would fucking turn its nose up at this. And then the main event, 40 minutes of fucking...
Roman Reigns walking to the ring.
Yeah, and then 2 minutes.
Acknowledge me.
Orton being a boring bastard, and then... It's just...
Right, so final rating.
There's just nothing exciting.
I'm giving it a 3. Are you sticking with your 0?
Yeah, I'm giving it a 0. It's a waste of time.
1.5 guys out of 10. There you go. 1.5.
No, but you look at this and it's like, see, back in the day, you used to get stuff on show like returns, segments, moments. Like, fuck, remember that? Remember this?
Probably won't remember it tomorrow, but there you go, guys.
Oh, I will. fucking torture. Till next time.
Peace.